Field of View with Nerd Street Gamers, your weekly dose of gaming news. I'm Darf Mike, coming to you from the nostalgic fields of Princess Peach's castle, and we've got a bunch of Nintendo news on deck this week, so let's double jump our way into it. Nintendo have unveiled the next entry into the Legend of Zelda canon. But it's not going to be Breath of the Wild 2. That one you'll have to wait a little bit longer on. This is another Hyrule Warriors game, this time called Age of Calamity. This Destiny Warriors style gameplay will take you 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild to the time when Calamity Ganon was taking over Hyrule. Now, this is going to be an interesting and ambitious game because it's always a challenge to tell a story where the player knows from the get-go that they're eventually going to lose. And lose you shall, as Ganon will succeed in taking over the world and get imprisoned in the castle with the princess sealing Link away for 100 years, yada 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 yada. Go play Breath of the Wild, it's a phenomenal game. But if you need more of that Zelda itch scratched and you like 1,000-to-1 odds Dynasty Warriors style, check out this game when it drops November 20th of 2020 and get all of the Link yelling and slashing action that you need in your life. Well, we had something new from Nintendo. It's time for something old but gold, folks. It's a remaster coming through, specifically a Major Mario remaster. Super Mario 3D All-Stars will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on September 18th, and it features 3 tentpoles of the Nintendo franchise. We've got Super Mario 64, which is the genre-defining 3D platformer, the game that has its DNA in every 3D platformer that would follow. Then we've got Super Mario Sunshine, my personal favorite of the canon, and a criminally underrated game that's just a ton of fun. And we round it out by going to the stars with Super Mario Galaxy. So these 3 fantastic games will be available on the Nintendo Switch finally. Now, is this slightly recycled content from Nintendo? Sure. But is it going to enable a new generation of gamers to experience 3 absolute classic genre-defining games? Yes, and I, for one, say that's a great thing, and I can't wait to dive in. And something completely out of left field from Nintendo, as we stick with the Nintendo theme, Spellbreak is now available on the Nintendo Switch. If you haven't heard of it, no one has, but it sounds really cool. It's a multiplayer battle action game where you play as a battle mage, casting spells and firing magic at your opponents. How has this not been done before? I'm very eager to get my hands on it, so hop in, folks, cast some spells, turn your opponent into a chicken, see what we got here. Switching publisher, and in fact over towards hardware, Microsoft have unveiled the next iteration of their next-gen console. This one, called the Xbox Series S, is the little brother of the Series X, and it comes in at a fraction of the size and also a fraction of the cost of the bigger console, while still purported to be delivering next-gen performance. It's a wholly digital console with no optical drive, and it's still supposed to be delivered 120 FPS of performance, ray tracing, graphics, beautiful performance, all without that optical drive. It comes in at just $300, aka the price of a Nintendo Switch right now, and if it delivers on everything that's been promised, this could be a revolution for the next generation of gamers. More games have just been going purely digital anyway, so it makes a lot of sense to make that transition with subscription services like Xbox Game Pass. I'll need to see the specs when it actually does meet performance metrics, but I'm intrigued. Well, that's it for us this week on Field of View with Nerd Street Gamers, your weekly dose of gaming news. Now, my health's getting kinda low, so I better go try and find some coins.